Hey guys, welcome back. And I know it's been a while, so I figured I would go ahead and do kind of like a get ready with me chit chat video. I don't really do those because they tend to be a very long video, but I'm going to go ahead and do that just to kind of update you all as to where I have been. And I'm also getting ready for work, so I figured kill two birds with one stone. So basically, we bought a house 2 months ago, and when we bought the house, um, we had a month left in our rental home before we had to move out of there, and so that gave us a month to get the floors ready in the new house. Plus, I started a new job and I'm in school full time, so it was a matter of daily coming over to this house to paint and meet the roofers here because we had to get the roof replaced, and just periodically move, pack, and all that stuff while going to work and going to school. And then the floors that we bought them from Floors and Decor, Floors and More, or something like that. And the lady at the register told us that the floors that we had purchased were floating floors. So with the floating floors, they usually lock in together, and you just put some padding underneath that, like soundproof padding and moisture protection padding. And my father, who is like a handyman for a hobby, did 2 rooms, and then we found out later that they were not floating floors, and we had to hire someone to come in because they were in the nail-in floors. And fortunately, Michael's parents were able to, or offered to, pay someone to install them for us. So thank you, Mike and Patty, for that. And so then we had to start over with the floors, and we wasted a bunch of padding that we had to buy. It was like $44 a roll, and fortunately we didn't open all of them, so we were able to get some money back for the ones that we didn't open. So that was a hassle, and that was time consuming. And then of course we had to move in, and we're still unpacking, and I have about 70% of my makeup and my vanity set up. I don't have the lighting set up quite right. I'm sitting in front of this window here and it's raining, and so I can't really rely on the natural light, so hopefully the lighting is somewhat decent right now. But that's basically what we've been up to. I did do a couple update videos on the like improvements we've been doing on the new house. I did like a original walkthrough of the house before we changed anything, and another video of like, because someone had asked me to do periodic updates on the house, like improvements that we've been making. And so I'm going to be doing another one in a couple of days here. We're still unpacking. We're building a crap load of furniture. I just got done building my son's bottom part of his desk, and then there's a top part that I gotta build, but at least he has a usable desk right now. And then yesterday I built my vanity, and then Michael built our nightstands, and then we have both of the kids' bed frames left to build. And what else do we have to build? Oh, my daughter's desk, we still have that left to build. Most of the upstairs is painted as far as the rooms go. There's 4 rooms. I just finished painting this one, which is kind of like our office area, the day before yesterday. And then we have the hallway that we have to paint too. And then we have vaulted ceilings in the entryway, so we got to get a ladder to paint up there in order to reach it. But it's been a very hectic time. And then I've been getting called in a lot for work because I guess some people are calling out, and so they usually call me to come in because they know that I stay home and do my schooling and whatever. And then what else do we have going on? Just a lot of like maintaining the house. So just really haven't had time to do any makeup videos. Plus everything was packed away and I just didn't have anywhere set up to do them. And I got the job, and it's only a part-time job. I can't really do a full-time job right now. It's just a way to get out of the house and socialize. And I got the job at Torrid about 2 months ago, and I really do like it. I mean, I get minimal hours, but it's nice because I get the discount and I get to interact with different people every day, and my coworkers are fun people. So I'm gonna do my eyebrows now, and I did change the color. I was using chocolate and then I changed to auburn because what had happened was my chocolate started drying out, and so I added baby oil to it, but I added way too much. So it's like a little bit on the runny side, so it made it darker, and it was making me look like I had some weird brows. And I have everything set up now, so I'm still learning where everything's at. And it's hard for me to talk through the eyebrows, so I'm probably gonna fast forward through this. So my brows are done. I just don't like talking through them because I always mess them up. But as I was saying before, the house has consumed most of our time. So that's what we've been doing. And I have a couple videos coming up that I plan on doing. I have another update of the house if I didn't say that before. I'm gonna do a home decor, like a walkthrough after everything's done, I guess. And then just some other makeup tutorials I have coming up. And just a few tips as far as if you're looking to buy a home or you're in the process or you're thinking about it. The first thing you want to do is figure out what kind of house you want. Do you want 3 bedrooms? So you need to sit down with your partner, or if you're buying by yourself, and figure out if, you know, what do you want in the house? Like, how many bedrooms do you want? Do you want a back porch that's screened in? How many bathrooms? What do you want to spend on a home? Like, what's the most that you want to spend on a home? don't worry about like when you're going to look at houses, like how the house looks cosmetically. So if you don't like the color of the paint, those are things that you can change, because you're always going to change when you buy a house to kind of make it your own. But there's other things that you don't want to change, which is the bedrooms and central air, and some houses don't have them, and if that's something that you is important to you, that's what you want to look for. Do you want a fenced in yard? Do you want a neighborhood that is an HOA? Like, we live in a neighborhood that is an HOA, so we do have the HOA fees, and they're strict on how to keep your yard clean and this, that, and the other. So you want to know, you want to make sure if you want to deal with that. And then you want to find a realtor, and some people like to do their own realting. They don't want to hire a realtor, but I can tell you from the crap that we've had to deal with that you want a realtor, because they know all the laws, they know what to look for, they know how to get your back, they know how to bargain. And you also want to make sure that you find a reputable realtor. So if you're researching for a realtor, if you find one, go on their Facebook page, see if they have any reviews. Go onto their LinkedIn, there should be some reviews there. And you want to make sure that they're going to be available to you when you need them, because the first house that we put a bid in, we did an inspection, which is another thing that's important, is you want to do an inspection on the home. So yeah, it's going to cost you a couple $100, but down the line it's going to save you a crap ton of money. So we paid the inspection, it was like $300, and we found out the roof was bad. And so when we put in our bid for the home, we took that into consideration, and the owner of that property didn't want to budge on fixing the roof. It was like a 2-year life expectancy on the roof. So we backed out of that one. And usually when you put a bid in, there's usually a contract that you put in, and addendums and things like that. So we ended up not getting that house. And if it wasn't for our realtor, she's the one that did all the work, all the paperwork. She did all the deal, told us when to back out or when not to back out. And so we ended up passing on that house. So that was $300 that we had to spend on that inspection. And then, so then we had to start from scratch. And you also want to start probably minimum 6 months from the time that you plan on moving into a home to start looking, because we started in January and we didn't even close until June. So that was 5 or 6 months right there. And the problem with the first house, that delayed us another 2 months. So that was like 4 months into looking when that happened. And then after that, I keep hearing noises, so I don't know what's going on. So you definitely want to get a reputable realtor. Fortunately, we had a friend that was a realtor, and she was really great, and we already knew that she knew what she was doing, and she had our back. So I mean, there's some realtors that they don't work on the weekend, so when you need help from them, you have to wait until business day, and then that's just another couple of days that you're delayed on purchasing your home. So you definitely want someone who's going to work for you, and you're going to get your money's worth. So when we bought this house, we put the bid in on this one. She told us to look at the prices around the neighborhood, like the similar houses, see how much they were being sold for, and just to put in our bid based on that. So we put in a bid lower than what they were offering, because we did another inspection. So that was another $300 that we had to pay out of pocket for an inspection on this house, and we learned about the roof. So we put in a bid, and it was a bid lower than what they were offering, And by the way, I'm using the Lorac Mega Pro palette, and I'm sticking to Mulberry, Orchid, Dusty Plum, and an Espresso, which is these 4 colors right here in case you're curious. But lost my train of thought. So yeah, so we did the inspection. The roof came back that it was it had 2-year life expectancy, which is a coincidence because the other house that we put a bid in, it was the same thing. It was like 2 years. So I don't remember. I think we did like 230,000 or something like that. Whatever the cost of a roof would normally cost, minus that from what they were asking. And then they came back and said that they would pay to fix the roof completely if we paid for the full asking price of the home. So they were willing to work with us, and we got a brand new roof. That was part of the deal, which is great because now we have 10 years. Usually roofs last about 10 years. So we got that. And then there were some other little things that she had to figure out as well to get the sale going. So needless to say, it finally came through and we're in the house now. And things are going a little bit smoothly. We're starting to learn there's some problems like the breakers today because it's raining really bad and it's lightning. So the breakers have been going out and we have to get that looked at. And then the pool pump timer wasn't working, so that was an easy fix. Then the dishwasher, which is covered under the warranty, by the way, the owners offered a 1-year warranty on the house. So that was covered under the warranty. And that's pretty much it. But we have a pool now, so we can go swimming. And once the pool is ready, I can do a tour of that. And if you guys want any other videos, let me know. And I will be glad to fulfill your requests. And by the way, I just finally got the Urban Decay Smoky palette. I've only used it once, so I don't really have a opinion of it yet. And what else can I talk about so I don't bore you guys to death? So yeah, so I got a new job at Torrid. And this is my first retail job because before that I worked at a utility company for 10 years. I worked in the billing department. I didn't see customers in person. I didn't really talk to customers either. It was all through letter correspondence. And I just basically did my assignment at my desk, completed tickets, and moved on for the day, and that was it. So this, needless to say, has been a new experience for me, but I do quite like it because I get to look at nice clothes all day, and I get to help women pick out clothes, help dress them up. You know, some women come in there and they just say, I'm going to the club this weekend for my birthday and I need something that's sexy but not too revealing. And so you just have to go and find something that suits the request. And you don't get any commission or anything like that, but I mean, it feels good knowing that you're helping other people. And I know when I first started working there, I tend to get a lot of people that are comfortable with me. I had one person come in and she was transgender, but she hadn't converted yet, and so she wasn't sure where to start as far as clothing goes. So she needed help with that, and she wasn't sure what size she would need since she was normally wearing men's clothing, so she wasn't familiar with women's clothing. So I was able to guess her size based on looking at her, and help her out with some clothes. And so when she was done, she said, she came up to me and she thanked me and she said I made her feel very comfortable because she was nervous about coming in and explaining her situation because she was still presenting herself appearance wise as a man. So it was difficult for her. So that was nice. And then I had another woman. For some reason, a lot of people come up to me like they feel more comfortable with coming up to me. I don't know. It's always been that way in my entire life. I guess I just have that face. And she was blind, and she did have someone with her that was like her escort or whatnot, or not escort, someone assisting her with picking out clothes. And it was her birthday was coming up and she wanted something to wear and she needed help picking it out. And so I did spend quite a bit of time with her, and she thanked me in the end, and was really appreciative of me helping her. And then I had another lady who was handicapped in a way. She had a walker, and so she couldn't dress herself, and she felt comfortable asking me to help her change her clothes to try them on. So I was in the dressing room with her for a while, helping her try on her clothes. And she thanked me for that. And so it was a very rewarding experience because I do like helping people any way that I can. As you saw in my last updated video of the house, that I was doing some food baskets for some single parents to help them get through the week until their food stamps came in, because normally your food stamps, if you aren't able to coupon or budget correctly, which is a hard thing to do, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just a very hard thing to do if you're not familiar with it, that the food stamps usually don't last the whole month. They usually last about 3 weeks. So a lot of people who are on food stamps, they go the last week struggling. So I helped out 2 families with that. And it's just a good feeling. And if you have the ability to help people, you should do it. I mean, it really makes the difference to, you know, people, for yourself. It makes you feel better about yourself, and that's how the story goes with that. And I didn't think that I was going to run out of stuff to talk about before I was done doing my makeup. So I think I'm just gonna walk you guys through with what I'm doing. So I'm using the Rock Pro palette. So I used in the crease Dusty Plum. On the lid I used Mulberry. In the outer corner I used Espresso, and then Orchid I used above the Dusty Plum to kind of blend that out a little bit. And then I'm looking for my brow bone brush that I use, and I haven't decided what color I'm going to use. So I'm just going to use a cream color. So I'm going to mix cream and fawn together and just use that as my brow bone highlight. I don't want anything too drastic because I am going to be smoking this out some. And the one thing I like about working at Torrid is they're very lenient and open to what you can wear, because they're very fashion forward. So I find that very refreshing too, because I don't have to really wear business casual clothing, which is what I'm used to because I was working in the corporate environment for a very long time. So this has been very different and I'm able to express myself a little bit better. And right now I'm just taking blush and white from the Mega Pro palette and using that as an inner corner highlight. And then off camera, just for time's sake, I'm going to do my liner. So I'm just going to do some wing liner with the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, and then I'm just going to line my upper and bottom waterline with a black liner, and then do my mascara and my hair, and then I'll be back. Alright, so this is my finished look. So this is what I'm wearing to work. I just have a cami underneath that matches this flannel shirt, and then I just have some jean capris on, and then I just add a little accent bow here because I'm trying to grow my hair out. If you can't see in the lighting, it is getting pretty long. So now it's in like that awkward stage where it's like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? So I usually mostly just like cover it with like a head wrap, but that's hot and it makes my head sweat just because it's summertime and we're in Florida, so it's really hot. But hopefully I haven't bored y'all to death. This is my first chit chat get ready with me video, probably my last because this is a very long video and I tend to try to keep my videos under 10 to 15 minutes. But anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this, and if you did, give me a thumbs up, and you should see more videos from me coming soon. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you haven't already, hit the subscription button below. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. They're all under I Tend to Wing It. I usually am more active on those social networks. And always remember to stay positive and improve upon yourself in each and every day. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.